I'd like to show you how to make chicken curry with rice and black beans. Allow me to introduce you to the ingredients. We have 1 400ml or 1 3/4 cups of canned tomatoes, 2 cubes of frozen defrosted garlic, 1 cube of frozen defrosted minced ginger, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of Garam Masala, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, 500 grams of boneless skinless chicken thighs. For the sauce, we have 120 grams of coconut oil, approximately half a cup, 120 milliliters or half a cup of full fat coconut milk, 1 teaspoon of Garam Masala, 1/4 to 1/2 cup of fresh chopped coriander. For the black bean rice, we have 250 grams, approximately 1 cup of easy cook rice. We have 300 milliliters of chicken stock. We have 400 grams of black beans, approximately 1 3/4 cups. We have half a teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of olive oil, and 3 drops of lemon juice. So let's get started. Apart from the usual utensils such as ladles and spatulas, we're going to need to transfer the chicken into a bowl, so we will need a bowl handy. And in order to puree the sauce once it's cooked, we're going to want to use a hand blender. So the first thing we're going to want to do is remove the lid. Add all of the ingredients with the exception of the coconut milk, coconut oil, coriander, and garam masala. So first we want to start with the tomato, and pouring that nice and low in the bowl avoids spatter. We then want to add the garlic, ginger, cayenne pepper, cumin, smoked paprika, turmeric, salt, garam masala, and finally the chicken. So next we want to give that a stir. And considering this has just been used on raw chicken, we want to place this directly to be washed. So for the next part, we want to add the lid and check to make sure that it's set to lock and not vent. We want to place the lid on the top and select manual mode, 10 minutes. We're also going to want to allow for a 10-minute natural pressure release, so once the timer has completed, we then want to leave it a further 10 minutes to naturally depressurize. And start. If you wish to, you can use the turbo button if you have got the feature. That will take the time down to approximately 6 minutes. Meanwhile, whilst we're waiting for the curry to cook, we can do the rice. So first we want to remove the lid and add all of our rice ingredients, which includes rice, black beans, stock, olive oil, cinnamon, and lemon juice. We now want to give that a quick stir and place our lid back on, ensuring it's set to locked and not vent. We now want to select manual mode, 4 minutes, and start. We're also going to want to give this a 5-minute natural pressure release once the timer is completed. The pressure cooker is now up to pressure and a timer of 10 minutes has now begun for the chicken curry. So the pressure cooker has just come up to pressure for the rice and the 4-minute countdown has just begun. So the timer for the rice is now completed. We're now going to leave it for 5 minutes to naturally depressurise. The timer for the curry is now completed. We're now going to leave this for 10 minutes to naturally depressurise. So the 5-minute natural depressurise is now completed for the rice. We can now instantly depressurise the rice. If you wish to, you can either use a funnel or a tea towel. Now that the lid is unlocked, we can remove the funnel and remove the lid. And for this, we just want to give this a stir. We can now place the lid back on. And leave this on keep warm until we're ready to serve. Now that the curry has reached 10 minutes naturally depressurising, we can instantly depressurise. We can now remove the lid. And for the next part, we just want to remove the chicken using either a ladle or some tongs. We can now set the chicken to one side. And using a hand blender, we just want to blend the sauce. For the next part, we just want to add the remaining ingredients of coconut milk, coconut oil, coriander and Garam Masala. Reserving a small amount for garnish. We now want to add the Garam Masala. The coconut oil should melt and everything should combine into one sauce. If you wish to, we can use brown sauté. So that's brown sauté and start. And that will just bring a bit of heat to help melt the coconut oil. After approximately 1 minute, we can switch off and leave the sauce for a few minutes to settle. Meanwhile, there are a few options with the chicken. You can either leave it whole, or you can cut it into smaller pieces, dependent on your preference. At this point, we can add our chicken into the sauce and give that a good stir. This should begin to thicken slightly as the sauce cools. At this point, we can now switch off both cookers. Depending on how saucy you want it, you can either use a ladle or a slotted spoon, which will give you either more sauce or less sauce, according to your preference. It's now time for the taste test. The combination of the rice, the black beans and the cinnamon is absolutely incredible. Combined with a perfectly mild curry sauce, which is absolutely fantastic for the family. Extremely high on flavour, You can add more spice if you wish to, but it gives you the option either way. Currently, it's at a mild level. Using chicken thighs as well means the chicken is much more tender. And with the coriander garnish, it adds an element of freshness to combine for an extremely healthy, extremely flavourful, nice and easy to make family curry. Definitely one to try. I hope you're enjoying cooking the food as much as I'm enjoying cooking the food, and I hope you're enjoying eating the food as much as I'm enjoying eating the food. If you like what you've seen today, simply subscribe where you can stay up to date with the latest videos. Links for items used in today's video and the recipe are available in the description below the video. Thanks again, see you in the next one.